Greetings, everyone. I thought I would do something a little bit different this week and just come to you for 3 or 4 minutes and chat a bit. The other day I was reflecting upon an experience I had several years ago and talking to a friend of ours that Ann and I were blessed to know and still are blessed to know. She was at the time maybe around 30 years of age or so and really wanted to get married and wanted to meet the guy that was going to be the guy, right? And one time we were talking and a phrase came to my mind. The phrase was before and after. Before and after. And I immediately knew what it meant. And so I started to share with her how before I met Ann, my beloved bride of 38 years now, we just had an anniversary. Before I met Ann, I was really pressed into God due to her absence in my life. The fact that I hadn't met my woman yet. After I was married to Ann, I was pressed into God to seek him because of her presence in my life. I was wanting to be a good husband and, iron was sharpening iron and learning how to live together and, be together in the Lord. I mean, it was glorious, right? But it was a transition season. And those are the most vulnerable times in our lives, I think, usually are the in-between times, right? I was always struck with that Bible verse when Jesus was going with the disciples across the lake and they hit some trials and testing in the middle of the crossing, right? So it's in the in-between time, the transition season oftentimes is where we are tested. And so being in the crucible, being in the testing and refining with the Lord, being on the potter's wheel, it's just a wonderful place to be. And, being single doesn't cause the need for refinement. Being married doesn't cause the need for refinement. Those are just simply contexts of life. We need to be purified. We need to be changed. We want to go from glory to glory, whether we're single or married, right? And so the before is not a prison to escape, and the after is not a permanent resting place either. So singleness is not bondage. Marriage is not bliss. So that before and after theme just struck me. And a lot of times we kind of put pressure on ourselves thinking that, once this happens or once that happens, then I'll be complete. But now I'm in the before state. And then when we get to the after state, we're like, gee, it wasn't as, glorious as I thought it was going to be. On the front end it was, but then it changed. And yeah, so life is hard sometimes. Life is just difficult. It's glorious, it's beautiful, it's full of joy. But there's seasons that we're going to go through where we're just going to be refined. And there's a scripture that in Proverbs 13:12 that says, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but desire fulfilled is a tree of life. And so the transition seasons are often a challenge, but they connect the dots for us to go from glory to glory. And desire fulfilled is on the horizon for you. A tree of life is in God's plan for you. So persevere, wait for it. May not be in the area of singleness, maybe in the area of marriage and just persevering through difficult times. Sometimes on the timeline of transformation in life with our spouse, different seasons come. People sometimes seem to change a little bit, and it's not always easy. But I want to encourage you today, be strengthened, be encouraged in the Lord. Desire fulfilled is on the horizon for you. God bless you.